Hello, my name's Tony. I'm the owner of Faraday's Kitchen Store, and we're really excited today to be launching the Big Green Egg. We're going to spend a few minutes with you this morning and really help you understand on how to build a fire in the green egg overall. This is a newly constructed extra large egg. As you notice, in the bottom of the egg is actually a grate. The grate is where the ashes fall through. We'll build the fire on top of the grate and kind of go through that here in just a few seconds. But to get started, let's just talk about the green egg a little bit. It comes in veritable sizes. Like I said, this is the large green egg. One of the things that the green egg works off of is the capability of creating airflow. Down here is the bottom vent that allows you to control the airflow into the egg. As we start it, we're going to leave it open, and we're also going to leave the top open from that standpoint. We're actually going to start off with a Kickass Basket. Is a accessory that we sell for the green egg. It holds all the lump charcoal. It sits down on top of the grates, and actually when you get done with it, you can actually lift it up and shake it, and it will shake a lot of the ash out of the basket, so when you go to do the second fire, it makes it easy. Normally, if you didn't have the Kickass Basket, you would use an ash tool, kind of like what I have in my hand here. The ash tool is what allows you to kind of, when the fire is done, allow you to move the charcoal around and really allow the ash to go to the bottom. It also has some other functions. After about 20 or 30 uses, you'll use the ash tool and you'll go inside the bottom vent, and it'll allow you to pull some of the ash out or all of the ash out and disperse of it from that standpoint. All right, let's look at starting the grill. The way that I start most of the fires is I put the charcoal in here. In the bottom is called the firebox. Above the firebox is called the fire ring. If we didn't have the Kickass Basket, we would fill the charcoal up to just the top of the firebox, not into the fire ring. So as you can see from the Kickass Basket, the charcoal sits nicely down inside there and really does not come above the firebox. I'm going to take a couple pieces of charcoal, and this is the way that I do it. There are many ways to do it. I'm actually going to start the charcoal by creating a small pile in the front of it, and then I'm going to use a natural starter. It's something we sell here at Faraday's. This is the way that we light the charcoals. We'll take the natural starter and we'll kind of place it under some of the coals, so when the fire builds, it starts these charcoals going. I'm just going to use a regular lighter in this case, and I'm going to light the fire starter. You'll see right away that it will light up. Once again, I'm going to kind of build some coals around it so we can get some of these coals going. And after the fire gets started, we'll actually knock it down and create the fire, and I'll show you the next steps. So we'll be back in about 10 or 15 minutes after the charcoal starts to light, and we'll show you more. All right, we're back. It's been about 10 minutes. If you can look down on the charcoal, you're starting to see it starting to gray up. We've got the fire kind of going. Today we're going to start out with a really low fire, probably around 250. So I'm really just going to knock the charcoals down a little bit flat. If I was making a bigger fire, I'd actually share these charcoals, these lit charcoals, all around within the pit itself. But since I'm making a small fire, I'm actually just going to contain the lit charcoals really to the center of it. We're using lump charcoal. Lump charcoal actually burns a lot cleaner. It's quicker to light. And the last thing is when you put the fire out, when the oxygen has been removed from the charcoal, it kills the fire a lot quicker, leaving extra to be used for your next fire. So we're going to go back to the fire. We've kind of knocked it down a little bit. So as soon as you've got the fire kind of lit, the first thing you're going to do is you're going to shut the top of the grill itself. At the bottom here, down at the bottom vent, since I'm going to run it at about 200 degrees, I'm actually going to only open it up a fraction of the way. The nice thing with the Big Green Egg is it does have this filter in here which stops the ambers from really kind of coming out. And I really highly recommend using the filter because it will stop the ambers from falling out and something catching. If I was going to do this at probably 400 or 500 degrees, I would actually have the vent open quite a bit. But since I'm going to start it out and try and get about a 250 degree burn going, I'm actually going to leave the bottom vent only open a very little bit from that standpoint. Remember, we're trying to burn in the felt, and probably the first 1 or 2 times that you use the grill actually overall, this felt lining really needs to be cooked in under 400 degrees. So your very first couple times you light your grill for the first time, you really want to keep the temperature low. At the top, the chimney area, there's a cap that goes over the top of it that fits on. It is actually made out of cast iron, so if you leave it outside, it will rust. Since we're going to try and shoot for about a 250-degree temperature, I'm actually going to shut this down quite a bit and just slightly open the other vents that are in the top here. This is pretty much the setting to get you to around 250. As the fire comes up, we've got about another 5 minutes for it really to come to temperature. And if I notice it's running a little bit too hot, I'll actually close both the bottom and the vent down a little bit more. Or if I want the fire to be larger, I'll actually open it up more. Once again, like I said, if you are trying to get to about a 400 or 500 degree temperature, both the bottom vent needs to be opened up and the top vent, I'll just show you, needs to be opened up, something similar to that. The larger that the vents are open and the more airflow that comes out of these vents, the higher the temperature can go internally. But like I said, for now, I want to run it at about 250 degrees, so I'm going to shut it down from that standpoint. And here in about 5 or 10 minutes, the green egg will be up to temperature. I hope this helped you, and come see us if you want to learn more about the big green egg.